Alrighty guys, this is Smugs on Blitz. Smugs. I kinda like it. You know, it's got a certain ring to it. If you're on Reddit, you may have noticed there was a bit of an issue about a week or 2 weeks ago now. I don't know when this video is going to be posted. All about me. And I thought I'd talk about it because I really want to answer the question, am I really that arrogant? Now, I think I've got 4 games, maybe 5 on tap for you. In the first game, I'm not going to even tell you what happens, but just keep an eye on the Jaeger on our team and the final result screen. I'll tell you, I was pretty frustrated about this one. Pretty dang frustrated. Anyway, as the game unfolds, I'll talk a little bit about myself because I'm a bit of a weirdo. First thing you need to know about me is, yes, I'm a 58% player. And when I reach out to people and say, hey, you know, I think that was a mistake, or you shouldn't have done that, or you really made the game much harder than it needed to be, people will always come back with, you're only a 58% player, you suck. You're garbage, you don't know anything, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. One thing you need to know about me is that I don't like OP tanks. When tanks get buffed, I often don't play them because I find them boring. It gives me too much of an advantage over most of the player base. If I wanted to boost my win rate, I've got my Cobra sitting at 78%, my Object 752 sitting at 77%, K2 75%. What else I've got? I got the BZ68, I think it's 75% last time I checked. I've got the Keeler sitting at 73%. I've got, what else? The WZ114 at 71%. BZ176, which I recently picked up, is 71%. And if you check my WN8 stats, you might be like, well, they're not that great. Yeah, because I don't care about if I did a lot of damage. All I care is about winning the freaking game. I don't care. I'll sacrifice myself. I'll throw myself in front of a ton of bullets if I think it'll help us win the game. And if I wanted, and I really cared about my stats, I would just jump into these tanks, like the Smasher, the Forest Witch, what else? I've got the K91, that's sitting at 70%, the Skoda T56, 70%, my VK90, 70%, the AMX M454, 70%. I can play any tier and any tank pretty much and get around 60% nowadays without too much sweat. Sometimes if I'm grinding a new tank, yes, that will be painful, but I want to experience what most of the player base will have to go through instead of skipping it like most people do, or most pros do, I should say. And I get it. A lot of people really care about their stats. They really care. It's like their life. And I'm like, it's a freaking game. I'm very content sitting at 58%. Like pretty much everyone, I don't enjoy going on a losing streak, but I get it. It happens. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. The enemy team is just stacked against you, or you have an AFK, or you have a YOLO. Or today, as I was testing out the new Polish tank destroyers, I was getting my ass handed to me. I lost 7 out of 8. There was nothing I could really do because on the enemy team, they had a Smasher, or Annihilator, or both of them, and a Force Witch. We had no OP tanks. I mean, we had a tier 7 Yo, or a KV2. You know, we had light tanks. We had nothing to combat them. Now, we're going to jump back into the game here. I just took 2 shells from my teammates, trying to side scrape there. Unfortunately, I take a hit this time. But I know this guy's a good player, this LT guy. And so what I want to do is hopefully, with the Jaeger sitting around the back there, if I can push him towards the Jaeger, he'll absolutely be able to massacre him. Here we go. I'm pushing him. He's gone all the way around. He's gone all the way around. And he didn't do anything. Now he's going to get behind me, and I'm dead. And I know it. I'm like, okay. Let's see if I can whack him one last time. Here we go, before I go down. Boom. That was nice. I'll take that. And Mr. Jaeger, you know, He's taking a nap. I don't know what he's doing. He's not AFK. AFK, I could be like, well, that sucks. Look at this guy. He was right there. He was right there. Not one shot in on a light tank that would have absolutely changed the game. Nope. And now, these guys are trapped here, but the Jaeger just doesn't know what he's doing. And watch this shot. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, you can't fix that. And here's the mistake. This guy's trying to kill the Object 260. Forget the Object 260. He's not the threat. You need to kill the LT tank quickly and then get the base. Or just get the base, but forget about going after the 260. And look at this Jaeger. He's got nothing. And finally, the IS-4 goes to get B. But if this Jaeger goes down, it looks like he's going to miss another shot. I mean, what's that? Three shots in a row. Hits dirt 2 out of 3 times. And hits nothing the other time. I mean, yeah, just gets massacred. Massacred. Nothing we could do. Nothing. Frustrating. Absolutely. Fascinating. Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know people could be that bad. Just nothing. I just don't get it. I was frustrated. I really was frustrated. But, you know, them the brace. I mean, did what I could to help my team. The IS-4, great job. The LT, solid. But, yeah, the enemy team, you know, hats off to you guys. Much respect. I knew we were in trouble. Yeah, 48%. I mean, it's not like he's a brand new player. 15,000 battles. I just don't get it. Look at that. I mean, how, I just, breathe, Snugs. Breathe, Smugs. Moving on to our second game, and I'm not going to talk about the gameplay that much, but I will tell you that I have one goal in mind, and that is to simply make the enemy team's life a living hell. I am a super heavy, quote unquote. I've got tungsten shells, which hit hard. I've got armor to chew through. I've got pretty good tanks that will support me, fingers crossed. But sometimes I do this and get absolutely wrecked. Why do I do it? To have a little bit of fun, to try new things. Why not? If you're always playing a tank destroyer at the back, push on in, be a little bit aggressive. If you always play a medium going left, go right. Support your heavies. Do something different and see what happens. I'm a big believer in just having fun and doing crazy things from time to time, just for the heck of it. Most quote-unquote pros out there have no concept that they want to win. I don't care. I just want to have fun, and if I played well, that's good enough for me. If my team doesn't support me, oh well, that's their fault. Now look at this IS-8 here. I mean, oh, goodness me. He blocks me, he causes all sorts of trouble, he doesn't shoot anything. What are you gonna do? Anyway, another thing you might not know about me is that when I play this game, I actually play it without the sound on a good 80 or 85% of the time. Yeah, I have no sound whatsoever helping me out. No audio cues or anything. And I'm telling you, if you want to see a win rate drop, that'll do it. It's hard. Audio cues are really helpful. And I think most players, if they turn off the sound and play this game, would lose between 3 and 5 percentage points quite quickly. But I don't care. I don't want to disturb other people, so I turn off the sound and just do the best I can. If I lose, I lose. Watch this shot here. This is a nice shot. Boom. Look at that. Oh, good stuff. Another thing I do that most quote-unquote pros or good players do is I actually am willing to platoon with players who are, let's say, less than helpful to their team. In fact, often a detriment. I'm talking about 40% players, 42% players. And if that's you, I'm sorry. This is not to offend you. It's just to tell you, look, you're not a very good player. And I get it. The question is, do you want to get better? That's all I need to know. I'm happy to help players who are willing to listen and willing to learn. But I'm telling you, a lot of players aren't. There are those players who just want me to come in and win games for them. That's all they want. They don't want to learn. They don't want to improve. They just want me to do all the heavy lifting, and they'll just sit there with their thumbs up there, you know what. And I'm like, no, bringing a bad player into a game doesn't help my chances of winning the game. In fact, it hurts us because I'm bringing a bad player into the team. What I should do, if I really care about my win rate, is bring a good player into the fold. So maybe a 58% player, 60% player, 65% player, and then we boost our chances of winning. But I'm willing to help those players who don't really know what they're doing. And Mr. T49 figured he'd lost, so he went and killed himself. And I don't blame him. Yeah, that game was over. What I end up doing in this game, despite getting nudged by the IS-8, 3,138, frontlining that the whole game, didn't get that much support at first, but the T30 and WT did a great job. Type 59, yeah, absolutely useless. So, goodness me. Anyway, moving on to our next game. And in this game, pretty much the same strategy. It's as long as I have some support. I'm going to hit A-cap, and I'm going to try and make the enemy heavy tank's life a living hell. Now, the SU's gun is deadly. The T92's gun, of course, smacks hard. But none of the other tanks really worry me. Yes, the Lorraine 50-ton is a tier 9. This gun hits pretty hard, moves pretty fast. But I am a quote-unquote super heavy, so I should be able to take a beating and keep on ticking. That is the strategy. At least I think it will pay off for us. Now, one thing you need to know about me as well is I like to play the odds. I figured there'd be somebody in the tank destroyer spot. I bounced that. I take one hit. I bounce another shell. So I've lost 400, bounced 760. Okay. I've lost, 600 or so hit points. But that's okay. Remember, better me than one of my teammates, because I think I know what I'm doing, and I've got some hit points to burn. So I'm just going to keep these guys at bay and try and work one tank at a time and see what happens. Can I get this guy? Sure, it'd be nice if the Action X was where I am right now, or closer to this hill, this little burb. That guy misses that shot. Looks like the Glacial's not a bad player, but I want him gone. He's going to be a real pain, so I'm just going to try and focus him. Action X comes in now. Big mistake, but oh well. What are you going to do about it? Whacking the Lorraine 50-ton. And he wants our Action X, and because the Action X pushed in too late, that's a problem. Anyway, I'm playing the odds here. Yeah, I know that Lorraine doesn't want to get hit by our tank destroyer, so he's probably going to sit around that position, which gives me some easy damage. A side scrape here, and I'm looking at that arrow. I'll take that hit because, well, again, I bounced it. Me, not my teammates, and I whacked the guy. Now, this guy's sneaking up behind me, so I'm going to take some punishment here, but yeah, I'm going to again make his life a living hell. He doesn't have much armor, so I'll be able to whack straight through him. There you go. And I bounce his shell just by a little bit of wiggling and waddling and jiggling. Yeah, I know I'm going to take some damage, but I don't care because, well, yeah, he's now a one-shot thanks to my teammates. And look at that. It's now 6v2. That could have been very bad for us. It really could have. But by just holding and playing the angles, I know that I'm in pretty good hands. Blitz is a lot about math. It's about angles. It's about penetration. It's about knowing which tanks will go to which spots most of the time. It's statistics. It's probability. When I play this game, I play the odds. I mean, it's just a game. If I lose, okay, whatever. You know, it happens. But by playing the odds, more often than not, you'll win. I win on average about 60%. There you go, 3,393, and I blocked 1,980 damage. First class, not bad indeed. Did take that early damage, but yeah, that didn't stop me. And my team ripped right through them, so nice. Moving on to our next game. And this time, this is all about holding. Yeah, this game, I'm going to hold pretty dang well and let my team do their thing. Now, I know the Swindler is a stinky tank on our team, but I know the Clan is very good, so he's probably a 60%er. The Charioteer, I've run into him before. He's a decent player,
but he is a bit of a camper and he doesn't share his hit points with his teammates. But I don't really care because my job is to head over to C-Cap and, well, cause trouble for the enemy heavies coming this way. And Tormvagen's heading off. He'll be great up near the windmill area, so together we should be golden. If we have one tank maybe supporting us from the rear, that would be nice, but, well, let's find out. Okay, they have a shark. Oh, they have a 752 coming this way. Expected, but when you have two of the best tanks in the entire game tier for tier, yeah, you're going to have to be a little bit patient. Tornvagen's also an excellent tank. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to hold here. I'm going to have to hold like a boss. I'm going to have to save some of my hit points and keep these guys back. I know I won't be able to bounce every shell, but I should be able to bounce enough, and my armor will be able to do the rest. Fingers crossed. There's Mr. 752. Ouch. So I took a hit from the shark, which is a pain, but I can't let these guys get any ideas. I have found that in Blitz, a lot of players are scared to take hits. They really are. They don't want to mess up their shiny new tank. I'm like, it's a freaking digital tank. Take a hit or two and get the position you want. Now, this is probably the move of the game because the Tornvagen took a hit, but he moved into a better position. And now I think we're going to be A-okay. Just got to be very careful about when we pop on out. And let's go for this guy. He's getting an idea. I bounced it, unfortunately, but I did bounce 3 shells in return, so that's nice. And look what's happening. Simply by holding, not charging in, our teammates are doing a great job. Now, will it always work? No. But I'm a big believer, and this is not something most YouTubers think is possible, is that you actually have to trust your teammates to a certain extent. I think this game is more fun when it's played as a team, when it's played not that you're just doing all the damage. I don't mind having great games, but I much prefer the team gameplay. These guys are not even looking at me, so there you go, boom. And yeah, we've got this in the bag. It's 6v1, thanks to, in my opinion, the Tornvagen and I basically holding these guys off. Had they pushed in together, yeah, we couldn't have held them back. But simply by holding them, yeah, we were able to carry our team to victory. So great job. I only did 1800 and only blocked 1450, but I thought that was a very well played game and allowed my teammates to do their job. Good job, everyone. And moving on to our last game, where we're playing the old Malakanova, and I am top tier, which is good news, but they do have a lot of hit points to chew through. A KV5, an IS-3, a WZ-111, a Tiger 2, goodness me. Now we have an E75. That's fabulous news. So hopefully he and I should be able to work the top corner. Just the two of us should be just fine. Now, the VK4502 is a side-scraping god. I know that. If you play it to perfection, you'll bounce all day long, pretty much. But gun depression is not the best, so if I try and peek on over to get a shot, it's not going to be that easy for me to manufacture it, as my target is the back of the tank. I can do it, it's just going to take a little bit more maneuvering. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hopefully use this rock and this little area here to keep myself protected and keep these guys back. Now, that is pretty damn red. Goodness me, good for you, Mr. WZ, but not that guy. So I could have taken the first shot, but as he was so red, I was like, nope, not going to bother with that. Here comes our E75. Nice shot in there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to focus fire. Focus fire is something that is underrated. And now, since the Tiger 2 has been punished, this guy is getting absolutely shredded. Goodness me, so that was nice. And now, I'm just going to side scrape this side. I'll take a hit or two, sure, but It's not going to be an easy shot. I just want to make things difficult for them. And let's track him in place to hopefully keep our E75 alive longer. And again, burning people's repair kits or fire extinguishers or whatever really can help in the game. Lovely shot on the KV5's cupola. Yeah, I mean, it'll get a lot of bounces, but not against a tier 9 gun like mine. Here we go. This guy's pushed in aggressively again. I'm just going to let my teammates work at the back. I'm just going to keep these guys at bay. And I know that most people are afraid to take hits. It's just the way it is. So they sit back thinking they're safe, and then they just get whacked. Bounced another shell there. Now, our poor E75 is not doing well here. I'd like to keep him alive. He really did help out, so aiming in, it really helps. And now, yeah, I'm gonna add the tungsten. Let's see if I can whack this guy. Yeah, that's another little trick I like to use is you push forward, you pretend you're gonna shoot, and back on up, and then push forward again. The reticle expands and shrinks depending on how fast you move, but you won't lose that much if you just pull back just a little as you're about to shoot and then come in again with a clean shot if you can get someone to, well, fire your shell. And look at this. E75 may have taken the hits. I took not that much damage this game, but I did my job. I kept these guys back, and I made their life, what, guys? I can't hear you in the back. A living hell, yes. You want to come in? I'm going to do as much damage as I can until I die. 3,878. A very solid game indeed. So, guys, that's me, Smugs.
A huge shout out goes out to my Patreons. These wonderful people help keep the lights on over here, which allow me to keep making videos for you. If you'd like to send over a donation, you can check the links in the description below. You can send over a one-time donation. Everyone who's done so, I very much appreciate it. And if you'd like to take your tanking to the next level, you can check Patreon, where we have 3 different options available, as you can see here. My goal has been, and always will be, to help make you a better tanker. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email at snugsonblitz@proton.me. Anyway, back to our regular scheduled programming.
I started off this video asking you, am I really that arrogant? Am I Snugsonblitz? And I have to say, well, you're going to have to decide. I'm a tough teacher. I'm an honest teacher. If you stink, I'll tell you. If your play is poor, I'll tell you. Because I believe that's the only way you're going to get better. You have to accept that you made mistakes, and why you made mistakes, and how you can improve. But if you think you know everything, if you think you know how to play and how to play every tank and the positions, then I can't help you. The answer is only you can decide. And I can't change your mind. But I'll keep sharing videos and hope that they help make you a better player. And if you're serious about improving, well, you can take things one step further if you so choose. That's all I got for you. I'll see you next time. Snugsonblitz, out.